Hey everybody, this is Wendy. Welcome. So excited you're here today. We are going to be making this adorable Storybook shadow card. Now, when I saw this stamp set and framelit set in the catalog, the Stampin' Up! Catalog, I went crazy. I loved it. I'll tell you more in a minute. This is your sizing and scoring. I wanted to put it on screen so you could pause it here if you need to and write it down. Okay, so we are going to take our piece of cardstock here that's going to be the outside piece. It's 8.5 by 5.5 and score it at 4.25, and then we're going to trim off a 1/2 inch from one edge. That will be the back of the card. This piece we're scoring at a 1/2 inch. Now I'm using my Stampin' trimmer, but if you used a scoreboard you wouldn't have to flip this around. I flipped mine around. I scored it a 1/2 inch, flipped it around, scored at 4.25, and scoring at 4.75. And then I'm going to flip it back around and I'm going to trim off just a teeny tiny sliver from this little 1/2 inch section that I made. We want to do that because you need to, it'll make the card close easier. Okay, the Storybook framelit has this little cutout here so I could create a window, and I'm putting it down, putting it in place, cutting it out on my Big Shot, and now I've got this little window cut out. Now we're going to do a little bit of inking for the inside of the card. So I've got Coastal Cabana ink, and I've got a piece of I lost my train of thought. A piece of grid paper, and I'm going to take and do a little bit of inking on this. This is going to be my background piece that's going to go inside the card. So you can adhere this right away. This piece is cut at 3.5 by 5.5. So it lines up nicely with the bottom and it fits nicely into the inside of the card. Had to take a little drink there. Okay, so we're going to adhere this piece down right here, and then as you see, it's not there. That's because I flubbed, but anyways, just go with it. Normally you would adhere it down, so pretend it's already there. And then here we are going to assemble the card. So on that little 1/2 inch strip, you are going to add some very strong adhesive tape, and you're going to lay it down even with the inside of your card. Then you're going to fold over the front flap and smash it down. This is going to create the inside piece. Then you are going to take and go on the back and add adhesive all along that back flap, making sure not to cross over that score line that is your first score line to the right. After you do that, you're going to remove all the adhesive from the back, and then you're going to fold this panel all the way over and line it up with the back. So you see here where this little 1/2 inch strip is that makes the box. You want to make sure that's included in the fold over. So you're folding this over so it completely covers the back of the card, and voila, you've got your pop-up. Now I want to give credit where credit's due. I actually learned how to do this technique from Jennifer McGuire. I have linked to her video below this video, and I've also linked to it on my blog. Then recently I saw that Dawn Griffith created a shadow box card. I didn't get an opportunity to watch her video, but she is one of my buddies. I adore her, so I was excited to see she was creating one of these also. Now I've got my little elements that are going to go inside of this card, and I wanted to place them after, which might seem more difficult, but for me it was more easy to place them after everything was assembled, because I needed to be able to visually see where everything was going to be. That's just part of my personality. I'm a person who kind of has to see things as I go. I'm a very visual person, so being able to assemble after the box was created was better for me. For some people it's too difficult to assemble once the box is created, and they prefer putting all their elements and pieces together for the card and then assembling the box. So you can do it either way. I stamped that mushroom with the real red ink, and then I colored it with crumb cake markers on the bottom. I'm using my Granny Apple Green blends here to color the grass below these little mice, and then I'll adhere them to the inside of the card on the outside of the pop-up. So I've got a lot of dimension happening. I've got that little mushroom in the back, and then the little guys in the front, and then I'm going to decorate the front of the card very, very simple. Now, I'm hoping that there's not going to be any demonstrators watching this that are going to Alaska with me, because I actually made this for my card swaps. So I'm so super excited about that, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. All right, if you need more information or want to see more photos of my cards, you can go over to my blog at loveandstampin.com and click on blog. You can also shop there for lots of fun stuff. I have different things in my shop, card kits and such. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, click on the circle with my face on it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.